If I could bottle one habit that lifts your mood, sharpens your brain, steadies your appetite, protects your heart, and reduces those "why did I walk into this room" moments, it would be sleep. Not hustle, not a new planner, not that detox elixir on your FYP. Good, boring, consistently adequate sleep. When I talk about other good things for you, like engaging in social activities or working out, people often reply, "But that costs money." Yet sometimes when I mention the fundamentals, I get the eye roll. You keep wanting me to talk about free or low-cost things that help with your mental health, and I'm here to make the case for sleep. Welcome back to Savvy Psychologist. I'm your host, Dr. Monica Johnson. Every week on this show, I'll help you face life's challenges with evidence-based approaches, a sympathetic ear, and zero judgment. When I first started hosting this show, I talked about the Mental Health Bank. Basically, it's the concept where you want to know what are the deposits, so for example, things that add to your capacity, and what are the withdrawals, things that have a cost to your system. Withdrawals aren't bad. Attending your kid's soccer game after an extremely stressful workday can be a withdrawal. And if you have enough funds in the bank, well, you can handle it. Well, now it's time to think of sleep like it's your health's 401k. Small, steady deposits that compound over time. Let's start by getting enough sleep. For most adults, enough means at least 7 hours on a regular basis. That's not a flex goal, it's the floor. Two heavyweight groups, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine and the Sleep Research Society, jointly recommend 7 or more hours of nightly sleep for optimal health. The CDC says the same. Variations exist. Some folks thrive at 7, others at 8 or 9. But if you're living on the 5 to 6 because that's just you, your body is likely quietly paying interest on that debt. Y'all, I used to be a 6-hour person, and one day I got 7, and you might as well call me Aladdin because it was a whole new world. Sleep isn't the off switch. It's the night shift for your brain and body. While you snooze, your brain consolidates memories and fine-tunes learning, and your nervous system recalibrates emotional circuits so you don't cry because the barista spelled your name wrong. Decades of research shows that sleep actively strengthens memory and supports learning. REM and deep sleep do intricate behind-the-scenes work that you can't hack with an injection of caffeine. There are so many positive ripple effects of getting enough sleep. Number 1, you think faster and make fewer oopsies. Adequate sleep boosts attention, working memory, processing speed, and reasoning. Meta-analytic research shows that even short-term sleep loss dents performance across multiple cognitive domains. So protecting your nights protects your output. Number 2, your mood is more regulated. One famous line of research finds that after sleep loss, the amygdala goes into drama queen mode, while the prefrontal cortex checks out. Enough sleep steadies emotional reactivity, which is why everything feels less like the end of days after a real night's sleep. Number 3 is your immune system stops side-eyeing you. People who habitually sleep less than 7 hours are more likely to catch colds when exposed to a virus. And in real-world studies, shorter sleep is tied to weaker vaccine responses. Your body remembers the shot better when you actually go to bed. When I'm not engaging in habits that support my immune system, I'm getting in my brain and body's way of making sure I function to the best of my ability. Number 4, your metabolism plays nice. Experimental studies show that sleep restriction can reduce insulin sensitivity and push blood sugar into concerning ranges, even in healthy adults. Consistent sleep also helps regulate appetite hormones, which is why decent sleep can make that 10 p.m. chip bag whisper less convincing. Next time someone says sleep is for the weak, throw a pillow at their face and run in the opposite direction. Because the negative fallout from not getting enough sleep will leave you feeling like a carbon copy of yourself. Number 5, chronic short sleep stacks health risks. A large scale review links habitual short sleep with higher risk of mortality, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, coronary heart disease, and obesity. This doesn't mean that one bad week dooms you, but if undersleeping is your brand, the long term math isn't pretty. What about too much sleep? Long sleep is also associated with higher mortality in some studies. One meta analysis found that imbalanced sleep increases mortality risk by 14 to 34%. Number 6 is mood and mental health take a hit. Insomnia isn't just a symptom, it can be a predictor. People with insomnia have 2 to 3 times higher odds of developing depression and elevated risk for anxiety and other disorders. The good news? Treating insomnia, especially with CBTI, can also improve depressive and anxiety symptoms. Number 7 is pain and sleep are frenemies. Poor sleep amplifies pain sensitivity and disrupts the body's pain inhibition systems. Chronic pain and insomnia often chase each other's tails. If you live with pain, guarding your sleep is a clinical skill, not a luxury. And number 8, circadian chaos is cardiometabolic chaos. Shift work and irregular schedules, so for example, doom scrolling at 2 a.m., can misalign the circadian clock, raising blood pressure and messing with glucose regulation in controlled experiments. Public health bodies now classify night shift work as probably carcinogenic due to converging mechanistic and epidemiologic evidence. If you must work nights, strategic light, timing, and sleep schedules matter. And if you don't work nights and you're staying up late, we're gonna have to be our own parent and have a bedtime routine. Now let's shift into some practical tips about getting enough and better quality sleep. The American College of Physicians recommends cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBTI, as the first-line treatment for chronic insomnia, before even meds, because it's effective and durable. Short-term medication can help in select situations, but CBTI addresses the behaviors and beliefs that keep insomnia alive. Ask for a CBTI referral or a validated program if your insomnia has been going on for around 3 months or more. You want to protect a 7 to 9 hour sleep window on most nights. Set an earlier lights out, not just a later alarm. If your schedule is chaotic, move in 15-minute weekly nudges. You want to anchor your wake up time even on weekends and get morning light in your eyes. Think 5 to 15 minutes outdoors to reinforce your body's clock. I do this basically every morning. In terms of caffeine, you want your last call to be around 8 hours before bed. And if you're one of those people that says, but I metabolize coffee fast, I just want to say to you that your sleep doesn't care about your fast metabolism slander. The next thing I want to talk about is alcohol. It may feel like it helps you fall asleep, but it then shreds your sleep architecture. Keep it light and earlier if you're working on sleep. I know this is going to get me a lot of flack, but we need to talk about phones in the bedroom. If the rectangle is the last thing you touch at night and the first thing in the morning, it's the main character in your insomnia story. Try a dock in the hallway rule and an actual alarm clock. You want to consider having a wind down ritual, which is often anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. This is where you dim the lights, engage in low stimulation activities like a bath or a shower, a warm beverage without caffeine, light stretching, or a boring novel. If you have any worries, put them on paper. If you can't sleep after about 20 to 30 minutes, get out of bed and do something calm and low light. Return when you're sleepy. This is stimulus control. The bed is really for sleep and sex, not email autopsies. If you're a napper, try to keep it in the 10 to 25-minute range and before 3 p.m., which can be great. Long or late naps can vandalize your bedtime. You also want to move your body on most days. Morning or afternoon movement tends to help sleep more than late evening high-intensity sessions. While I often work out most mornings, I have a consistent habit of daily walking. If you suspect a sleep disorder, so loud snoring, witness apnea, gasping, restless legs, or persistent insomnia despite solid habits, you need to talk to your clinician or a sleep specialist. And here's a few troubleshooting ideas to consider. So if you're the person that says, I keep waking up at 3 a.m., you want to check your alcohol timing, late evening heavy meals, and stress load. Try a worry buffer. Write tomorrow's tasks before bed. And if you wake, do low light, low stimulus activities until sleepy rather than catastrophizing in the sheets. If you're a person who says, I fall asleep fine, but wake up unrefreshed, screen for sleep apnea or fragmented sleep. A sleep study may be indicated. If you're one of those, my schedule is chaotic from caregiving, parenting, healthcare shift, fill in the blank, is it hopeless? No, not at all. You want to prioritize your sleep opportunities, daylight, and consistency where possible. Micro improvements compound. 2 extra nights of 7 to 8 hours each week can still change your baseline. And then lastly, if you're one of those people that says, I've tried sleep hygiene and nothing helps, that's when CBTI earns its keep. It's structured, time-limited, and evidence-based. There's this man, Brian Johnson, who has spent millions of dollars figuring out how to extend life. In fact, his entire motto is don't die. And when he is asked, what is the one thing you would tell a person to do with all of your research? He says sleep. So for all of you looking for free or low-cost things that you can do to improve your mental health and life, take yourself to bed. And I'll see you in the morning. What is one way that you're going to commit to improving your sleep? Let me know. You can contact me via Instagram at KindMindPsych or via my email at psychologist@quickanddirtytips.com. The Savvy Psychologist is a Quick and Dirty Tips podcast. It's audio engineered by Steve Rickyberg. The director of podcasts is Holly Hutchings. Our ad operations specialist is Morgan Christensen. Rebecca Sebastian is our marketing manager, and Nathaniel Hoops is our marketing contractor. Follow Savvy Psychologist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. That's all for this episode of Savvy Psychologist. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.